Big news coming out of Washington earlier today for those concerned about access and affordability of internet service. The pandemic certainly highlighted digital equity gaps in both rural and urban communities here and across the country. Affordability, though, really remains the biggest hurdle. So President Biden announced that 20 different service providers will give out 100 megabit internet service for low-income households for only $30 per month. Now, this is a topic that we've covered extensively over the last 2.5 years or so, which means Two on Your Side's Nate Benson is back on the broadband beat and here now to give us a look at the potential impact of this program. Nate, what'd you learn?
Hey there, Michael. Certainly an important announcement for those still struggling to connect. As we've been reporting for some time, one of the biggest issues locally is affordability of service, and it seems like this plan announced today by the White House will fix some of those problems. The plan from the Biden administration says that internet providers will offer at least 100 megabit service for only $30 a month. If you qualify for certain federal programs, though, those programs may include SNAP, the new National School Lunch Program, Medicaid, and more. Also, if your household is at or below 2 times the federal poverty level, you could also qualify. That means a household with only one person according to federal guidelines. If you would qualify, you'd make just over $27,000 a year. A household of 4, you would qualify if their annual take-home was $55,500.
Spectrum doubled the speed of its $30 a month plan for eligible households. And we made sure that there would be no hidden fees, no tricks. This is straight stuff. This means fast internet, good download speeds with no data caps, and no extra fees for millions of American families.
Of course, in a lot of these urban areas that I've mentioned in my reporting, there's usually only one provider. In Western New York, that's usually Spectrum. So prices may be high to begin with because there's a simple lack of competition, Michael.
Interesting to hear the president mention Spectrum specifically there. What will be the greatest impact, though, on this announcement here in Western New York, you think, Nate?
You know, Michael, looking at this purely from what was announced today, certainly the urban areas of places like Buffalo, Niagara Falls, Jamestown, the poverty rate is high. They're able to make most of this program. For instance, service could be free or as little as $10 a month, depending on if you qualify. But where this won't help is those areas of rural Western New York that don't have any service or cherry-picked service. We see this a lot in Niagara County, for example. Route 31 may have Spectrum along that main route, but the country roads that spur off of Route 31, unfortunately, those residents won't be able to take advantage of this because they don't have existing service. Having said that, though, there's a lot of money available because of that infrastructure bill right now, where funds will be dedicated specifically to expanding rural broadband coverage. But Michael, in the meantime, a lot of those rural residents who don't have service suddenly won't get service because of what was announced today.
Yeah, this is just about cost, less so about availability. Finally, Nate, a low-income tier, I know is something that former Governor Andrew Cuomo tried to get through the state legislature. So it's kind of bringing to question what happened with that.
Yeah, Michael, the state was immediately sued by a variety of industry groups representing the big service providers. They felt that this circumnavigated FCC rules, and the court agreed with that. So that $15 a month mandate that former Governor Cuomo wanted to put into effect was never put into effect. What seems to be the difference here is the Biden administration did work with those 20 large providers that represents about 80% of the country in terms of coverage. They agreed to increase speeds, lower prices, so they're able to offer eligible households with better broadband access. That can actually allow for a family to work or learn remotely. And that was one of the biggest concerns coming out of the pandemic was service wasn't reliable or fast enough. And again, that Affordable Connectivity Program, or the ACP as it's called, has been around since January, and about 812,000 households in New York are taking advantage of that right now. About 51,000 households here in Erie County. To put all of this into perspective, wrapping it all up, you know, just how far-reaching this could be. In Buffalo proper, 40% of families and 50% of the entire population would be eligible for what was announced today, Michael.
Yeah, certainly a big impact. Thanks for breaking it down for us, Nate. We appreciate it.